Okay, so this is module one on setting up and using the various indicators. I want to go through good settings windows, windows of time frames, windows on the various indicators as starting points. Optimization is at times subjective because in the end it just depends what type of time frame a person prefers. Are they down on really low scalping or quick scalping time frames? Are they a bit higher than that? They're on intraday position trading time frames, or is it somebody doing swing trading in a personal account? So this will be the beginning of covering windows of settings or optimal windows of various settings, focusing more on somebody doing prop trading on pretty much intraday stuff. And throughout the training modules, the first one will be public. So module 2, 3, 4, and so on will be private. And I will continue to update them over time because there's so many changes going on and additions to the program. I know I'm going to have to continually update the training to be in alignment with all the new stuff that continues to hit. So we'll start off with July 2025. This is training module one. And I'm going to get into some immediate setups and settings that I think are very workable for visually efficient intraday trading on your prop account. The super bands are flickering. That's getting corrected, so just ignore that in the video. The next update will have that corrected as best we can, and that's just a NinjaTrader 8 thing. We don't have that on Quantower or TickBlaze. Okay, so let me go over and open up this chart a bit. Let's expand it. I want to talk about the AIQ1 indicator and the super bands. For now, this is on the NT8 platform. Many of the videos will be not, or the videos in the training modules will not always be on one platform. I'll move around and cover various platforms. Since we just added the NT8 program and we provided it at no cost to the original launch groups of May, June, and July as a value add and a thank you for being support to this overall endeavor. This is some of the best stuff I've ever built. I've done brilliantly in my prop accounts since bringing this stuff online. Uh, Slowly getting back into the fully automated stuff as I learn more about Quantower. Not currently running anything at all automated on NT8. I kind of want to stay away from that. I'd prefer to do all my automated trading on Quantower, but I can tell I'm going to be doing a lot of automated trading on TickBlaze as we finish up the summer months and move into the fall. And I can already tell that's going to become my heavy lifter platform for a lot of stuff. Not that there's problems with these other platforms, but with Kraken buying out NT8, we just don't know how long the platform's going to last. So I don't want to be codependent on that platform for a bunch of heavy, fully automated trading. I do think the Quantar platform is leaps and bounds better than NT8 for the order routing communication side of the platform, and that's critical when you're, trading automated. It would be nice to get the CQG data available on Quantower. I'd feel even more comfortable trading on it automated if I get off these damn rhythmic feeds to the brokers. I don't know if I had not broker, I should say prop firm. If I had a prop firm, I would never ever put anybody on rhythmic feed. It's so unreliable some days. It's almost sad, and it's not going to get any better. Okay, so this is some settings and setups that I've kind of dialed in for my own super, like what I call super targeted setups for scalping the markets, watching key levels, and then seeing where there's the possibility of oversold and overbought areas in the market. We just missed one there. But let's go through the settings. I'm kind of probably done messing with settings. I'm just going to run with this. At least this is what I have set up for NT8. I'm liking the 37 Renko, the AIQ bars. So we'll go into there. This is the AIC bars. If you used to have the grid Renko, this is replacing this. I'm sorry, if you used to have the grid bars, this is replacing the slot number. And we made just a slight tweak to it in the code, not really for NT8, but we're trying to get this Renko added to the Quantar platform, and we're having to deal with Quantar directly. And I don't know why they're so slow in making decisions, but we've given them the code. We said, add it to your platform. We don't care if you give it to everybody, just hurry up and add it. So we're trying to get that accomplished. So we can have a Renko that has precision tick by tick output data, and especially the data we grab off the bar the moment it closes and a new one opens. That is really important. Okay, so if you were just going to get started up and put a setup to be able to see, for instance, this is the NQ or MNQ, that's fine. You can use these settings. So I'm on a 37 Renko. Let's go into the super bands, all my primary charts. I have the super bands or the AIQ bands on for sure. Okay, I'm on a 233. I was running a 3. The market's gotten a little narrow range. Market came all the way back to all-time highs and it's kind of narrowed its range a bit. So I would say anything in the 133 up to a 233 is the speed of the main bands, how responsive they are to price, that I think is the sweet spot. I know some that are down in like 56, 77s, 88s. That's fine. But those main bands aren't going to define the dynamic range of price as much as something slowed down a bit. They're going to be more reactive to every ebb and flow of price. So on a heavy news day with the NASDAQ's whipping over all over, you could have a bit of a overreactive set of main bands to what price is currently doing. You know what? Hang on one second. I thought this market would come down and tag the morning low, and I'm just going to blip out and call that good. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back here. So I'm loving the 233. I like my main bands to give me the bigger picture look of the overall price action on the day. And I've been working, or I've been adjusting for about a week my fast bands to kind of get the whole look of the chart between the AIQ indicator, how it interacts with price. I like that actually to be really responsive because I'm trying to find areas to have precision entries into the market. Oh, I can't wait to get rid of that flicker. We'll have that gotten rid of. My current programmer was not part of getting rid of the flicker on my original grid dual bands build from the grid algo days. So I told him just build it, use this new he came up with a new computational style versing how the dual bands were built that applies the math we used better than before. So we don't need any endpoint smoothing anymore. Yay, because that was clunky. But hey, uh, and I'm sorry, I'm going to touch upon this for a second. This is the reality of tools. Like, it's just like cars. Let's say you're into the F-150 pickup. Now, I don't have one, never had one. Let's say you are. I know it's a top selling pickup. So let's say 3 years ago, you went and bought the F-150 pickup and it was a XLT and had some extra option packages. It's a pretty nice truck. So, and you went out and spent 50, let's say $58,000 on it because it was loaded up. And then a year and a half or 2 years later, now you're driving around, you stop somewhere maybe to go and have dinner, and you look in the parking lot and there's an F-150, the current year, and it says Tremor on the side. And you're like, what the hell? I bought an XLT, and and it has the FX4 off-road package, but here's this Tremor. Man, I like the wheels better. I like the orange trim. I like this paint color, this ceramic gray. Gosh, I didn't get to have that. And oh God, look what they did to the interior. So it's like, yeah, Ford upgraded, which they always do. Everybody upgrades stuff. Fashion companies upgrade stuff. Car companies upgrade stuff. Restaurants, they change their menu, they upgrade stuff. So I'm not going to go to Ford and walk in and say, "Hey, I saw a Tremor at the restaurant parking lot the other day. You sold me this XLT 2 years ago. I see the Tremor is 72,800. I want that. I want you to turn that on for me. I want that truck." And I'm just going to leave my other one in the garage. It's like Ford's going to laugh in your face and say, "Okay, here's the numbers, sign on the dotted line, and we'll give you this Tremor, 72,800. So, so tools are the same way. When a company, whether it's Ford or whatever company, everybody on earth continually upgrades their products, and if they don't, they're stupid. And they rebrand and they do things different, and they have mergers and acquisitions. That's human nature in the world of business. Software companies are continually gobbling up other software companies, and so on and so on. So, hey, I came up with some new ideas too, and I built all this stuff. Is it better than what I built before? Absolutely. Was that like a plan so I can keep selling stuff? No, it just happens. Hey, I made this with a programmer from my FX side, and then we've given it to other programmers to translate what we built on those platforms over to these retail platforms. So I'm actually always interacting with two programmers on this. One is a partner in the Algo IQ program. He's one of my FX side guys, institutional side. And then I have another contract programmer that I use to translate the out of the box new stuff we built onto the retail platforms off of what we're doing on an institutional platform. So voila, here we go. This is what we have. And 6 months from now, I might come up with something else. Now, my intentions, because I'm going to be ramping up the FX fund side substantially this year, is this is it from me for the retail side for probably a long time, maybe forever. That Algo IQ is it. If I get as busy as I think I will on the institutional side, I would rather just anything new I add, leave it in one package, the Algo IQ program, because for the first time ever, I have a programmer directly involved with me on ownership of the overall program. And that's actually really, really important nowadays versus trying to do it all myself and then be using all kinds of contract programmers. So that's where we're at. Uh, and let's get a little bit into settings. So we have ideas of additional things that will get added to the program, and I'm really looking forward to the new stuff that I'm going to add to keep giving you more tools to take advantage of. So let's get into the super bands again. Let's pull that up real quick in this part one video. My fast bands I've set really fast to a 12 with a width or deviation of 2.5. I'm really liking that. And in the next video, I'll tell you why I like those settings.